Welcome to the rebirth of Neo Reality Entertainment. So, Pop Culture Omniversa. We are going to cover another tie-in to the death metal event. Yeah, this is the one time I'm actually getting the event right. Like in terms of following through the entire tale, like the tie-ins and everything. I had hoped to do that with Empire with Marvel, but then I just lost interest. I still have all the tie-ins. I'll probably do that one day. But right now we're going to focus on a different tie-in. A very special tie-in. A prestige format comic that is called DC Death Metal, Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last Stories of the DC Universe, which is a mouthful. And as you can see, there is a special variant cover out. Gary Franks' variant, Brad Anderson, and whatnot. So, yeah, this is a very big deal since they said this is one of the big stories they want to push as part of the tie ins. And if you want the short version of what I have to say, let's get that on Twitter. So, this is what I wrote regarding the last stories of the DC Universe. Just finished reading DC's Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last Stories of the DC Universe. While there's an annoying thing in here because I'm a fan of a certain pairing other than the other pairing, this is a beautiful, intimate tale of many of the DCU characters. Best tie-in Death Metal yet. And a lot of people agreed with me. Yeah, I got some consensus on that. And yeah, there is a massive continuity issue going on that pissed everyone. That pissed some fans off, pissed off other fans, and more like, wait, but this is not what's going on in the books. So what timeline is? What time is it? Kind of deal. But it does have the original new Teen Titan members back together. It's great to see the olden days. Now, why haven't I shown the cover? Well, here we are. Yes, I got the prestige format uh Gary Frank variant with Brad Anderson. Turns out that these were probably going to be part of the Generation books had, they actually happened if Dan DiDio never got fired. But that never happened, so they were like, okay, we have all this beautiful artwork. We already screwed up with the wraparound thing, but we could recycle that. We couldn't recycle that, but he published the artwork for the wraparound cover. How do we have all this great artwork? Let's put it on these tie-ins that will be very essential storytelling for the DCU. So these are a series of small short stories featuring, well, the DC universe and basically telling the final days before the endgame that took down at Death Metal issue 5, where we see that where Donna Troy says, "We fight like there's no tomorrow," because she has to have the last line. And then all of a sudden, when they do that, they were like, "We fight to the last end." Okay, yeah, we got about 24 hours. Let's go ahead and relax, take our final rites of passage and everything. Wait, what? We were all adrenaline pumped. Well, you just gave us that speech. No, we have to go back and fix this. We have to go back and do a break. But we just did a speech and we got fired up. And yeah, that was confusing. I don't even know what time this takes place in with the events. Like, does it take place during issue 5? Be after issue 5? I'm still confused. So we got Dark Knight's Death Metal, the last stories of the DC universe. How would you spend your last night on Earth? The final battle against the Batman who laughs is at hand. The final battle for the fate of the universe, the fate of everything, is coming tomorrow. And survival is not assured, but tonight our heroes have what might be their last chance to say their goodbyes, to let go of regrets, to spend time with the ones they love, or to do as much good as they possibly can. For some, these stolen moments will be their last stories. So we're gonna have a Poison Ivy Harley Quinn story where they get back together? Nah, for surprisingly they didn't do that. I was surprised. So we got several stories. The Titans in Together, written by Joshua Williamson, James Tyron IV, Scott Snyder, Green Lantern in Last Nights, Jeff Lemire, Wonder Woman in the Question. Written by Makiro Tamaki. I'm pretty sure I butchered his first name wrong. The first name wrong, so sorry about that. Green Arrow and Black Canary in A Dust of a Distant Storm. Written by Gail Simone, because of course. Aquaman in the Whale Fall. Oh, written by Christopher Selby. The Bat Family in We Fight for Love and Death to Rock and Roll. Superman. Oh, by the way, that Batman book is written by Chelsea. I can't pronounce her last name. But, yeah. And then we get Superman in Man of Tomorrow, written by the returning Mark Waid. Yay! And as I mentioned, the variant covers by Gary Frank and Brad Anderson. We get to the Mesquita. Well, it's now Hell, but that's a different matter. And yeah, I just double checked everything. This story takes place during Death Metal 5. Okay, so everyone has that speech at the end of this, so good. We see Donna Troy, and immediately this comic is a masterpiece. Cancel the whole event. This is a masterpiece. Anything that involves Donna Troy has to be good. She's tracing something in the sand. Why are you out here alone, Donna? And we see Beast Boy. This is the beach that Steve Trevor washed up on after his plane crash. The moment changed Diana's life, Beast Boy. When I was Wonder Girl, I used to come here and wish for something to wash up that would change my life, give me purpose. Well, here I am. Problem solved. I'm your leading man. I'm kidding. I get the little joke at the end of the world, right? And we see a nostalgic look of Beast Boy back when he was Beast Boy, then he was Changeling because of name issues, and yada yada yada, from his New Teen Titans era. Yay! The continuity is reconnecting with the past pre-New 52! Yay! You really think this is the end? No, I don't. I don't know. Neither do I. I pray to the gods, but I'm not sure if they're still listening, or even alive. Well, considering Wonder Woman had to fight a whole bunch of gods due to a crisis that involves gods and Cersei and them fighting amongst themselves over name rights and recognition, and saying, I created the universe. No, I created the universe. I created the universe. And one of the people that look up to you is the daughter of Zeus, because he has to be a cheating crazy psychopathic madman. Yeah, I get the feeling that was not going to be a good conversation. So I'm pretty sure the Dark Knight killed them. But tonight is our last night, and tomorrow is the greatest fight of our lives. I want to make one last wish to the universe. Is that silly? Hey, you're worried about what Wonder Woman said? That we should prepare for war? How could I not be worried? The Justice League lost. Wonder Woman lost. The Batman who last remade our world into this nightmare. Most of the multiverse is gone. And now the Batman who last fights Perpetua over which of them finishes us off? I know Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have some Hail Mary plan of attack with Lex, but it's a lot to take in. We've seen so much, but never a crisis of this scale. Infinite Crisis, we had a multi-year long build up to that, and well, tons of people died. Ted Cord got shot in the head, and a lot of it did kind of matter, so Infinite Crisis is still the big crisis event. This is more like we built to it, sort of, then we broke time. How do we know if we're ready for a war like what's coming? When I first joined the Titans, it wasn't about fighting the bad guys or giant cosmic battles, not really. Ha! You're in a comic book universe. That's to be expected. We just wanted to hang out with the kids our own age and knew what it was like to be around larger-than-life superheroes. I sometimes wish it was still that easy. Once the DC editorial set of the 90s came around, we gotta be edgy, we gotta be hip, we gotta be cool. Then you knew you were screwed. Yeah, well, about that. Never too late for a Titans party. Yeah, so we cut to every generation of the Titans, from the Teen Titans of the old day comics before Mark Wolfman and everything happened, to the modern era of Titans, to the new Teen Titans, to the Teen Titans of Jeff Johns, to the Titans of Terror or whatever. But Donna asks how this happened. Beast Boy answers saying, after Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman told everyone their plan, people just started to gather here. It's not everyone who was in the Titans, but I like to think they're here in spirit. Yeah, we don't really like to talk about all the Titans that got tragically killed in the most brutal way possible. Yeah, Superboy Prime really helped with that deficit. In fact, I'm curious as to know, do they remember what Superboy Prime did yet? I'm curious to know about that because I'm pretty sure that would have been like hey, Superboy Prime. Um, didn't you kill a bunch of us once? I cannot comment on that. Yeah, I'm wondering how that went. And then we get the two-page spread that shows all the era of Titans, and it's from their generation, from Generation OG to Generation of Rebirth. And my God, it is a sight to behold. And to the Titans era at the end of the tale. So, yeah, Beast Boy explains, even Robin's new kids are crashing, though. I'm not sure if they count. Be nice. They count. They all do. Maybe we're just drawn to each other. That's how it's always been with Titans. You're also drawn to being viciously slaughtered because the editorial mandate hates you. Rainer? Troy? Being a Teen Titan or Titan was more than just a name. If you were young and hoping to make a difference in the world, you were always welcome in Titan's Tower. Yeah, Beast Boy and Donna are talking about everybody. Titans, being a Titan came with a lot of good, but a lot of bad too. Hey Donna, are you good or bad now? I can never keep track. Yeah, Ravager says that, and they're pointing out the whole she's lit. First you try and kill us, then you betray us. But really, shouldn't it be Raven's comment being commented that? I don't know. Don't listen to them. What are they doing here? Superman's plans. Yeah, they are the Terror Titans, and I'm still confused about Ravager. Shouldn't she be cross between good and evil, like she was part of the Teen Titans of Jeff Johns era? But yeah, she's surprised. Donna's surprised, and and Beast Boy explains Superman's plan. He talked the bad guys into fighting our side, which I'm pretty sure was like, wait, what? Hey, I'm gonna hang out with some old friends. You cool? Yes. Thank you, Beast Boy. And no pair of troublemakers to keep me busy. And we reunite with good old Garth and aka Tempest, and Nightwing. Look who I found. Look who I found leading the Justice League on a do or die mission. Word around New Apocalypse was you were riding a horse in a new D&D costume, Dick. Vic, Corey, and I changed back the moment we stepped foot in Themyscira. I would say something, but I'm just tempted to laugh a little bit more. So, yeah, we get a scene of the old days of the Titans when it was Wally West, Roy Harper, Robin, Wonder Girl, and Aqualad. Donna Troy comments on Nightwing changing back his costume. I prefer this look anyway. After everything you and I have been through, that everyone has been through, the last few years, I'm glad to see you becoming your own man again. Thanks, Donna. It means a lot coming for you, but I gotta run. Batman called a meeting, and there's something else I need to take care of. Say hi to Bar or for me before the fight starts. Starts. Boo! 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 I don't like that pairing! Look at them. Were we ever that young? We're still that young. So much has changed since we started the Titans, Garth. Did you ever think it could get this big? But even with all these people here, I still feel like we're missing a lightning strikes the ground. So yeah, lightning strikes the ground and it's revealed, and yeah, we get the commentary of the peanut gallery. Dude, what's he doing here? Why is everyone so tense, Raven? We should talk, Corey. Oh, this is gonna be fun. And what's everyone? Uh, hey. And on the terms that, oh yeah, we haven't really spoken to each other since you kind of killed Roy and however a dozen people. So yeah, Dontroy looks pissed, and we cut to an interludes. Yeah. Oh god, we just ended on that tense moment. As Donna remembers, oh yeah, Wally kind of killed Roy. Now we cut away from that and got to Green Lantern, Hal Jordan in Coast City. I have to admit, Christ, he's still here. The world's become so twisted, so damned upside down. I didn't even know if Coast City would be here, let alone my dad. Ed, John wanted to be with the new recruits going over tomorrow's battle plan with them, making sure they're all ready for the fight to come. Fight we probably can't win, but that won't stop John. Guy was with the Titans, and Guy wanted a drink. A last few beers the night before the big game. Can't say I blame him, but me, hell, this is real. My last night, I only want one thing. I just want to fly. Last night. So Al Jordan flies off and goes to his old air base. I suppose that's being a bit selfish, being out alone like this. Maybe I should be helping John. Maybe I should be having beer with Guy. I feel I just need to feel this one last time. The freedom, the weightlessness, no cares, no fear. At least that's what I wanted, but try as I might, everywhere I look, all I see is ghosts. Ghosts of who I was, who I wanted to be. All I ever wanted was to fly. I'd look up at the blue sky and dream of being up there, nothing to hold me back. My dad flew, and I like to think the last thing he felt was that freedom. But I know better. I know the last thing he really felt was fear. My dad learned what everyone who flies does. Eventually, you fall. All I wanted to do was fly, and I did. I flew so high I saw the stars. The Valley of the Rainbow Rings. My God. The Guardians were murdered. Points for the Darkest Night for doing that. I wonder, when it's my turn to fall? Will there be any monuments, any markers? Or will it be only darkness? Well, according to the Guardians, oh well, they'll probably forget you in 2 weeks. They don't care. I must admit, I didn't expect to find you down here, Jordan. After all, this may be your last night. I thought you'd be off joyriding in a big green jet, or perhaps in the arms of some exotic alien princess, not here among the dead. What do you want, Sinestro? Easy, Jordan. We're on the same side, remember? At least for one day. Tomorrow we fight together, but tonight I'm in no mood. This whole affair, it feels different, doesn't it? Truly final. I thought maybe what? Oh, you want to? Are you kidding me? After everything you've done, all the pain you caused, it's how I started. After all, I thought perhaps like it could be how I end. You don't deserve it. No, I don't suppose I do. And maybe you're right. Maybe a little fear is what we'll need tomorrow. Until then, maybe in the end you see what you could choose to see, what your heart wants most. Maybe my dad did see blue sky. I need to believe that. So as I stand there at the end of the world, I make a choice. I choose to see light, even in the darkest of places. Sinestro, it's never too late for another chance. I, of all people, should know that. All you have to do is say the words. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worships evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. And Sinestro is a Green Lantern Corps member again. I'd forgotten how it feels not to be afraid. I won't say thank you. I wouldn't ask you to. I could use a little help. With what? What else? See if there's any blue left up there. Thus ending this beautiful tale of emotion and reconciliation. Even though they kind of did that in the Jeff Johns run, where Sinestro admits that even despite all the issues, the tragedy in their relationship is that they'll always be friends. So we cut away from that to Wonder Woman. I felt the blade slice through him. A tactical kill. A mind moment with an invisible weapon. It was a round chainsaw! A chainsaw! I watched him fall into two halves. I stood on the twisted ground my sisters once called scarred, over the remains of my enemy, as I've done so many times before. Wonder Woman in the question! Yeah, we see the darkest night severed in half in his bloody entrails. And I felt nothing. You did what you had to do, Diana. Now you must prepare yourself to pull all your heart's strength together for this final task. Yes, you did what you thought would be the end of this. Is that what I did? Batman's plan, I will not fight for the salvation of the few. I threw down my sword when I saw it was the only thing standing between him and the slaughter of all my sisters, and now you are your father's daughter, all or nothing. I am very far from that. How will the night end, daughter? You must prepare. I am. Oh, I know how it ends. It ends when you're not Zeus's daughter. Because God damn it. Why is this the case? Like, there's been rumors that there was an old rumor, I think, during the Justice League cartoon that she was also the daughter of Ares or something. I kind of forgot. So, yeah, she narrates to herself, how noble is the warrior that begins her preparation for the greatest fight for her life by lying to her mother. Wonder Woman! It's been too long, which is to say it has been a long, long time. Which is to say we never talk. Ah, the Riddler interacting with Wonder Woman. That's actually a first. But I have a question. Riddler, what are you doing, hiding in a cell where you've been freed? I'm not your warden now. Yes, it's true, but this cell might be the safest place for a nice guy like me, instead of charging into a certain death, which is a far worse sentence. But, as I said, I'm asking the questions here. Yes, I, a regular Hunchback of Notre Dame parody character, can clearly take on Wonder Woman with no technology to assist me. I am so screwed if I fight. What is your question? What do you call a creature whose greatest strength is their weakness? Someone who can never win and never lose. A person who must fight for justice but bring the end of justice. I give up. I Wonder Woman! Of course, you never give up, do you? You're always ready for a fight. I am. And still, I am lost how to prepare for this battle. She enters the coldness of the darkest pits of hell, saying to the empty void, I am not ready. My strength was that I was the universe's greatest warrior. Have my triumphs humbled me? Is it when I killed the Batman who last I felt nothing because there was no victory? How can I fight when I feel nothing? Because, as a voice calls out into the distance, you're Wonder Woman, Donna Troy? Hey, unless we get more star ratings, Donna Troy! One of them. Oh, it's an alternate version that somehow got to the darkest pits of hell somehow. Everything we know in all of existence is ending. I think we're all due for an existential crisis, even you. I should know. I've had, like, God knows how many existential crises, because I'm Donna Troy. How many identities do I even have at this point? So she talks about her past, what happened on her Earth, where she says, my world was a pit stop of destruction for the Batman who laughs. We weren't ready. I wasn't ready. None of us were ready, Donna. When my planet died, I felt everything inside me collapse. Like I folded in on myself, smoothed out all the edges until I was nothing. But now I know they're all embedded inside me, every loss, every soul. Incinerated when the fight between the Batman Labs and Perpetua set the planets in the multiverse aflame one by one. It's who we are, Wonder Woman. That's what makes us superheroes. Batman has his own personal torture. For you, the pain that sears your soul. Oh, and we see Donna looking at the ruins of her world. As she says, it's the pain of all suffering, of every crushed soul. That's what you get. When the time comes, you'll feel it all. The pain that drives us, that makes victory the only option. That is who we are. I was gonna say, she's the spirit of truth, but okay, your narration was okay. One of her sisters comments, where have you been wandering? Talking to your mother? Are you ready for battle? I am. The end! Now we cut back to Themyscira while all that's going on with, Green Arrow and Black Canary together. Only the seat of Earth's hope. Until recently, just another jail for monsters in a world with too many of both. Now a dumping ground for the orphans of lost realities, the hellscape. Shouldn't the sun have come up by now? In the morning. We fight a fight we can't win, Ollie. Let Dawn sleep in. I'm not ready to concede the election, Dinah. Donna. Dinah. Oh god, sorry. I'm thinking to myself, oh god damn it, you had to make the Trump joke. We did our best though everything we tried. Anything regrets? An oath. Excuse me? I would have liked to have had an oath, just something cool to say when suiting up. I was always a little jealous of the lanterns, to be honest. Beware my nose! Black canaries yell! Noise, sorry. Dork, remind me not to let you write it. What about you? You'll laugh. I kind of wish we had a real first date. We went from intense dislike to Mordor in no time flat. You actually complaining? Me? Heaven forbid, but you know, it would have been nice to have that memory. Of this mean, terrifying time. Hey, you never spent much time with Themyscira, right? He never really got an invitation. It was majestic. Part library, part gym, part spa, music, and art everywhere. Of it all, that's what stings. Wonder Woman running a prison? Wonder Woman? She did it to save lives, you know that. I do know that, but all she ever wanted was to give people freedom. And she ends up a warden. The minister of the Ellis Islands of the entire multiverse. Just makes me sad. We will bring despair to this moment. Have you talked about any of the refugees? I met a version of Solomon Grundy, except he was born on a Tuesday, so that's a thing. I met this blonde pilot, swore to me she knew me. Perky little thing. Oh, and I met the Gloom Patrol from Earth Goth. They were completely insufferable. What is life but an empty void of misery and disappointment? I shouldn't make fun. Perpetua destroyed their world. They've all lost everything. They're called the Gloom Patrol. I think they would not have cared as much. That's it. Come on. Where are you going? Way I figure it, I owe you a proper date. Regrets be damned. I did some scanning down by the ocean front. What's a date without dinner? That's essentially Amazon Craftons, but okay, I'm impressed. Bottoms up, so to speak, and she really hates it. Oh my god, it tastes like battery acid and pee. Hey, are those? Oh my double god! I'm sorry! And thus leads into a Jokerized shark because that exists. That's only for them to be blown away and killed. That was quick. Joker maze? You planned a date that had Joker maze? I thought, hey, what about a nice stroll on the beach? I forgot the whole Black Fleet Monsters thing. In my defense, I usually have, helicopters and a private chef for this kind of thing. No, it's sweet. If we live, it's sweet. You're sweet. No, I'm not. I just know what I have that means something. Nina, I'm going to ask a once-in-a-lifetime favor. Oh god, what is this? Dinah Laura Lance, for me, for us, for the life we were supposed to live. Will you stay behind in the morning? You know the answer. Yeah, so today, I fight 2 hopeless battles. Okay, so I'm a lousy date. Let's tackle the other regret. I might be a little rough. I am the wall, I am the shield, and I do not run. I see no evil coming toward you, and I do not run. I stand between the darkness, between you and the darkness, and I do not run. That's it. That's the oath. That sounds just like you. Ollie. No, Dinah. It's you. It's always been you. I thought, when you got down on one knee, I thought, would that have been so bad, Dinah? Yes. Here. Yes. When the man I love asks me to marry him, I want to be in a place full of hope. Oh, that was pre-New 52. They don't like talking about that anymore. Of all the options in the world, and he still chooses me. Good thing I wasn't asking then. Dork. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Been looking for you. What the hell? Where'd you come from, kid? Well, you know how there were 52 Earths, but the guy we're fighting, he got it down to just 6. I'm one of the 46 that didn't. It's okay. What do we call you? Well, I go by Black Arrow, but my real name's Lori. Lori Lance Queen. And they are flabbergasted to learn that they have a child in another reality. Holy, you mean that? I'm gonna need a second. Listen, I don't want anything from you. My parents, my family, it's all gone. I just wanted to meet you. Just let me look at you. You have your mama's eyes, canary eyes. What's so funny? Nothing, I swear. It's just that it was a little different on my Earth. And revealing that in the other Earth she was at, Aldi was a canary and Dinah was a green arrow. Or arrow. Oh man, that's gotta be weird. And who gave you this fine piece of craftsmanship? Aunt Helena. You two, I mean, my parents didn't approve. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We approve. By every arrow in the quiver, we approve. Then look at her. She's practically, I know what she practically is. Hello, Laura. I'm Dinah. Hi, just hi. I'm gonna fight with you. I know. You can't stop me. I know. But you're under my wing. Stay close. Agreed? You owe your world that. Agreed. Okay, this is for all of us. I am the wall, I am the shield, and I do not run. I see the evil coming toward you, and I do not run. I stand ready to you in the darkness, and I do not run. Bless you. For reminding you what we're fighting for. Sun's out. Suit up. We have a darkest night ass to kick. Yeah, be right there. And revealing he did seem to look like he planned an engagement of sorts. Oh well, regrets be damned. Then we cut away from that to get to Aquaman! The last place I would ever wish to be on is on dry land, especially on the eve of my death. Nor would I have asked that I had been burdened with my thoughts so the people who have worked to save us from this nightmare that has swallowed everything. In their eyes, I am an admiral of the Black Fleet, a traitor, a collaborator with the destroyers of all they hold dear. I cannot argue, cannot blame them. I have been those things for far too long for my liking. For reasons I can only hope you will someday understand, I do not offer anyone my explanations. They would not take them, if given, nor would I. The stain of it marks me. It hangs from my shoulders, an impossible purchase. To wipe it away requires something greater than words or a gesture of solidarity or two. It requires something bigger than myself or my needs. It lies in the darkness of the impending future in the deepest seas. I move toward it, as I always have. I do not blanch at the possibility of my death, or recoil at the memories of what I've done to bring me to this proceeds. I know what drove me. Now it is time that you did as well, so that my journey into the shadows of the Black Fleet, now that I stand against them, might be seen for what it was: a war, a fight, a sacrifice. I never thought much about dying, even though I've died probably several times, come back and had my hand cut off. Then I got resurrected again as a zombie, then died, then got resurrected again as a White Lantern. Then we did some things and the reboot happened, and then everyone started making jokes about me. I am Aquaman. Now, this is all I can think of. I still do not regard it with fear, anger, or sadness. For two worlds that share so much, we are still eternally divided over so many things. Ah, so the modern state of the world. Got it. For us down here, there is no end to life. The current roll infinitely, the never ceasing, merely unseen, deep below the surface. The old give up their place to the new. The predators feed, the prey can run only so long. Each piece fulfills its part. And he tries to wax philosophical while a shark is eating a fish. To rage against this inevitability, to hide from it, would be to ignore what gives our lives their full shape. Even the kings who rule over their domain will fall. We are only given so many days. Our efforts are finite. But for those above, it is a darkness. An enemy more monstrous than anything the Dark Knight is bringing back from his dark world. The deal I made with the behemoth was to protect the sea and all those who dwell within it, and to preserve the world above, to keep the people as safe as I could ensure. The land dwellers fear death more than anything because they know how easily it can come for all of them. Cast aside, buried in the earth, in a purchased box, remembered only by those who survive until they succumb to. Perhaps it is what gives them with their need to give meaning to these things, to reach out beyond their world, Find a way to beat the darkness, back with something more majestic than all their most sophisticated machines. Hope. Oh, so did he sink the Hall of Justice, even though it was seen in the Doom stuff, Doom Metal? Eh. The belief that somehow what we will do persists beyond us will shape those who come after. It felt like such a small sacrifice to give up my freedom and ensure that such a thing wasn't snuffed out. Most of our kingdom is darkness, firmly out of reach of the sun, where nothing should grow or live. The water is on the edge of freezing, the pressure too great to be measured. It can feel like a fist squeezing out any possibility of hope. Oh, this is Atlantis, so the Dark Knight killed everyone. Killed a lot of people in Atlantis, got it. And in complete disregard for what should be, instead the water decides what will be. Carving out a beachhead, designing this desolation into a home. The key isn't life, and its need to flourish. Death is a much more powerful tool. She was a blue whale. She lived 80 years free in these oceans, following whatever urges each of us to go where we go, do what we do. She has a family, gave birth to her own, watched them grow and build theirs. She loved the feel of the sun on her skin and the cold snap of the waters below. Until the day she stopped, and the water she called her home carried her down to the next one. Her body became the seed of an entirely new life cycle. In that, she became a home. They've already fed on her flesh. When they are done, more will come. Species of life, more novel even to me. He will make themselves known, grow strong down here, broken down until she becomes part of the soil. Motes in the water, her death feeds them all. Light bright in the midst of the darkness for decades. There is no loss in dying. It is a gift we give to those who outlive us, to the worlds we have always loved, and the ones we have come to love. The possibility that I will fall in this final fight is my own will fall. And we see more of the armor shedding of Aquaman. A final gift to your mother, to both worlds. My reign will pass down to you one day, Andy. I thought his kid was dead in this timeline. All the things I've done in this fight were to ensure that you have a world to inherit. Being a king, or what they would call a hero, none of that mattered. A moment compared to being your father. It can be hard to love either world. All life's cold and crushing moments could push me to the brink. You and a mother filled the world with sunlight and music that cut through it all. Even enough to keep me warm whenever my new home should be. Be kind to your mother. Be good to yourself. If I cannot be here to see the many things you will do, I shall still fall gladly. Because I cannot think of a better possible world than the one with you in it. Emotional. Emotional. So yeah, Mira, Aquaman, and Andy, their little kid. I initially thought it was a boy, but then I was told it was a girl, and I was like, wait, then why is he called Andy? Why is she called Andy? Anyways, we cut to the hellscape in Themyscira, the last night. The night has come to brood over my hatred for rock and roll. Until tomorrow, we have nothing to do but await our fate. Have we done enough? Or are we marked to die? In this futile mission, we only have one weapon that could pierce the heart of the enemy to win the day. Bruce, you look tired, gaunt. You have a few hours still. There's too much to do. Too much left to say. I claimed a quiet spot. Come rest. You should get some sleep. You've always been a leader, Barbara. You see solutions in different ways. It's not blades, or brawn, or fists, or powers. I've underestimated you in the past, and for that I truly don't. It's hope. We're already dead, aren't we? Maybe, but we can still fight for the living. It's what we do. Hope that the one world can live. Someone might live on, someone we love. I hope it will be you. Even if I do make it out here, my body, my implant's at its end. So turns out that in the Joker War tie-ins for Batgirl, she stabbed herself in the back. Yeah, that was a thing. and she had this implant, and then it was revealed that it was no, it was starting to show its age. So I'm asking what time it is, and yeah, both continuities, both in the death metal timeline of whatever's going on and the current DC universe, it is indicating that it is short circuiting and it is going to die out soon. And that those whom we fight will find refuge on a new earth. An end is just the beginning. You've always lived that. After we clear the way to a safe haven. You're right. I could use some rest. Spot is over on the west end of the island. Gather the boys, and I'll meet you there. We fight for love. Love and care for our fellow beings who will live another day. And then we get this confusing scene. So we see what clearly looks like Damien, but is said to be Tim. Yeah, I am confused. And yeah, it seems like they were still debating on what to do with that. What do you have? Magpie? Croc? Despero? He's bluffing. Little men always bluff. I gotta see Carl. Bold. A day that may be stolen from us because of the terrible war we find ourselves in. He wants to talk to us, Tim. Sorry, pals. Gotta go. Looks like I've cleaned you out anyway. If we live, I'll see you after the war. We're not done. And I will kill you over cards. That was forged from the cosmic metal mined from the heart of a meteor. I need it. I want it. What will you trade, young buck? What do you want? Company. Jason, let's go. I hate to leave such a master of arms. Mara, come find me if there's time. I haven't shown you the guns. Mara. Then we cut to Nightwing after Jason yells and have his moment with a sword. That smells divine. Mind if I take a piece? Reminds me, my mother, Alfreda, was chef to the Batman from Earth 45. She likes spices. Reminds me of a night with the most amazing woman I know. So coriander. Smells the seed of memory. Dick, cute outfit. You got a fight in that? Can I make you a snack? I thought you were the snack. Oh, we're dealing with this. So, those we know and love. Are we flirting? Finish up here. We're gathering. Babs, wait. I need a minute alone with you. Not much can do in seconds. Those we never met or have forgotten. There's so much to say. Yeah. Why are you wearing your rebirth outfit? I thought you quit that outfit because Tom King said otherwise. Look, we don't really want to talk about the post rebirth outfit I wore after Heroes in Crisis. It's just confusing. May act upon all the good that living gives. Dick, there's work to be done. I want to get some things off my chest. Yes, you want to unburn yourself and burden me. This smell, it reminds me of you and what you mean to me. You're intoxicating. Oh, god damn it. There's no time for this. Of that great Indian restaurant in Burnside and that night, I don't need a scent to remember how deeply you hurt my feelings that night. This is not going as I planned. I'm trying to say I'm sorry. This might be my last chance to tell you. Keep it to yourself. I need to focus. Babs, I'm trying to tell you how I feel. I want coriander, damn it! I don't need you throwing emotional bombs at me. Come on. Relate. I am being angsty. Oh, God. Tim's playing a last hand. He'll be here soon. We'll get started. Time is short. Gather round. Let me give you the last of my strength. Let me hope that my words will be enough to tell you in this moment how, in all of my time knowing you, I'm going to skip to the end. The end is what's important here. Though I claim to be a father figure, do you have all you need to get the job done? It was all you who fathered me. I have spare batteries. I want some bullets. Here's some food and a first aid kit. I've got some batteries here. All those wretched and wonderful moments we shared gave birth to who you are now, here and now. That I have learned more than I ever taught. Yes, especially the time I punched him in the face, and then struck my sons, and beat up Red Hood. and kick Nightwing's ass. Yeah, I'm kind of an abusive prick sometimes, so we're working on it. Good, you're ready now. Well, if that's it, I'll see you all on the other side. This is my family of true Dark Knights, noble paladins who fight for the light. Damien? Let him go. He knows himself. Okay, I'm confused. Is it Tim or is it Damien? It's like they got confused in this. And though we may die tomorrow, we should rest, but there's so much to do and we're out of time. I know that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Last night, alive or not, I want to be with you. Let's put this aside. I need to memorize more battle plans. We can't pull this off any longer. I don't want to leave your side with anything unsaid. If we have this conversation right now, in this moment, then I'll worry about you. And I can't afford to feel what it's like to lose you again. You feel the same as I do, so why are we bickering? Yes, bicker. Because that's what all loving couples do. Or a very toxic relationship. Either way, I'm not a fan of this pairing, like I've said. Enough. Skip to the end where it's resolved because I need you in that headspace now. The end? Okay. Marry me, Barbara. Wait, is that what you think we end? Don't you? Yeah, I guess I do. Oh, by the power vested in my nobody, you're married. Done. I don't care. Wait. Am I even the Dark Knight to do that? I'm already dead. Well, I'm a zombie, but I'm using the Black Lantern ring. I'm supposed to be dead, but I don't look like decaying flesh. Let's give the newlyweds some space. I got a gal I want to see about God. Of course you do. We still live today. What do you say, Babs? We have tonight? We could be married for tonight if you want. I want. But if it doesn't stand if we live. Right. If we live, it's void. Annulled. Until I win you back. Think you can? And I hope I have the lifetime left to try. I could never stay mad at you for long. Even when I couldn't remember deep down, I could never forget. From the moment I met you, you're my other half. Okay. I really don't mind Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson. I just find it so easy to set up as a pairing. Like, to me, it's just so easy because once again, it connects Batman to everything. Like, he just officiated the fake wedding. Like that, but I've always been more of a fan of Coriander and Nightwing because it's more interesting and a little bit more of a challenge for writers. And also, I grew up with the Teen Titans cartoons, sue me. And plus, my introduction to this particular pairing was the Nightwing annual that showed that Nightwing was cheating on Corey because retcons had to make him look like an asshole. And because Dan DiDio wanted to make us hate him, so we'd be glad that he gets killed, even though that's a stupid idea. But we fight tomorrow, in my heart. No matter what the outcome, that is our victory. We fight for love. So, we got away from that to this. Even Superman can't be everywhere at once. Or can he? Diary, continue recording. Tomorrow, Earth's defenders will embark on a suicide mission for the world's restored population to live. We have to die. And now I have a decision to make. I should be with Lois and John right now, holding them, touching their faces, listening to their heartbeats, saying farewell. But even now, with all that's gone, 7 billion people are afraid that this is their last day on Earth. Half the human race is shut down in terror and despair. And the other half has surrendered to anarchy, left on their own. Millions may not make it through the night. Choosing between them and my family seems impossible. I don't believe it impossible. My son's back from the 31st century. His time bubble damaged, but his pieces survive. By melding time with the last samples of a few rare Kryptonian elements, I should be able to improvise a makeshift chronal device. Capable of sending back time approximately 1 hour. The world is in absolute turmoil. My friends are concentrating on providing and keeping the peace, controlling the moment. But I'm choosing a different path. My hour is far too soon. There's more left to be done. So much that can be done. I risk activating the time shifter device again to relive the same 60 minutes. Now there are 2 of me. 2 Supermans to set an example. Not enough. Let's make that 3. In fact, until the shine shifter gets out, I can keep using this 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. For the first time and last time of my life, for one precious hour, I can be everywhere I am needed. This is a job for Superman. To pull people out of their despondence, to make them feel less alone, to give them the confidence in a future. If they're going to survive the night, they have to be able to picture a sunrise. So yeah, we see him saying goodbye to Supergirl, Kara Zor-El. We see him help a person who was contemplating jumping off. He raises some big globe. Oh, then he says his goodbyes to Perry White and Jimmy Olsen. And he goes ahead and and stops the flood, I believe. They need to believe tomorrow will exist. Superman said they need hope. And Superman circles around the globe with a million clones of him until the watch gives out. I've had 1,000 of hours to dread this moment. Hi! Clark! Dad! But they've helped me come up with the right words. I tell them where I'm going, that I don't expect to return, that I love them. I tell them goodbye. Clark, no, please. It's not fair. Shh. I know. Come here. We still have time. And then we see Superman's help people that he's held. Firefighters, doctors, even those who are trying to comfort the homeless. Thus, as he ends with, let's make the most of it. Written by Mark Waid. And thus, everything that Brian Michael Bendis did to Superman is immediately negated to fans. Because this feels more like Superman, whereas Superman and Brian Michael Bendis' stuff is, it's Superman, but everything around him is Bendis insane. But that's the end of all the interludes, because we have to cut back to the Titans. Donna, Garth says, and then I keep forgetting her name, but she's the daughter of Lobo. Yeah, that was the thing. My money's on the Amazon. As Donna Troy walks more towards Wally, listen, it's fine if I'm not here. I will not welcome here. I understand. You have every right to be angry with me. I know I did, but I had to tell you and Donna hugs Wally. Points for Donna Troy for being awesome. It's okay. You don't have to say it. We know. I guess I should have told you guys I saw Wally before I left the Speed Force. Okay, show's over, folks. Folks, back to whatever Titan drama you were having amongst yourselves. Come on, Red. You're with us. I don't want to say goodbye. Dude, we know the times we had together was some of the best of my life. I don't think I could have lasted as Robin without you, Connor. Not all of us are going to make it. I feel like hope is lost. Everyone here is so sad. Letting the fear get the better of them. That's not what Titans do. I kind of wish I could have been in the Justice League for real. Yeah, but they never got to be Titans. They couldn't handle it. What? I said the Justice League couldn't hack it as Teen Titans. Ever since we were kids, we've gone up against some of the challenges the Justice League did, sometimes worse. And now we're on the eve of the greatest battle of our lives, and we're doing what? Standing around feeling sorry for ourselves? Cowering in fear? Think about how much the universe has put us through. How many times it has tried to kill us, to bury us? These days, it feels like it hates us. But the Titans came back every time. We're still here, and no matter what horror this war brings, no one can take that from us. Because when you fight one Titan, you fight all of them. And Donna gives a rousing speech of applause. We have no responses until Gar makes a joke. But before I mention that, I'm just going to say this. So she is perfectly now aware of all the retcons and attempted killings of all the Titans. And Connor's death probably, so that's going to be an awkward. Beast Boy comments. Nice pep talk, really. But while you just told me a story about how your first mission with the Titans, you had to fight a giant pink foot, tell me that was some other Donna Troy. And everyone laughs, enjoying that humorous moment. That is hardly the weirdest Teen Titan mission, trust me. Just the tip of the iceberg. Where's the brat? Oh, he totally quit. Beat up Batman and everything. If you come back to the Titans, Cyborg, we join you. Yeah, we could show the rookies how to kick the bad guy butt. Oh yeah, they keep mentioning about, Damien and what happened to him. And then Tara goes ahead and walks up to Beast Boy. Can we talk? Oh, god damn it. This is awkward, I bet. I don't know if this is Tara of the New 52 continuity, or if this is Tara of the Rebirth continuity, or this is Tara of the pre New 52 that was a duplicate version of her. Yeah, it's complicated. I'll just say it's Tara. Uh, and Ravager flirts with Jason Todd because Artemis is no longer a thing, apparently. You can't tell, but I'm winking at you under this patch hood. Remember when Robin accidentally yelled Titans Tacos? Miss Martian commenting on those times. I'm happy for you both. You old dog, you. Oh, bullshit! Like, I'm not a fan of this parry. The fact that Starlight gave the blessing is even more annoying me. But okay. Now this is the Titans. Hey Donna, I think you need to see this. Great Hera. Yeah, exactly. The blackest night falls from the skies, the darkness grows as all light dies. We carved your hearts, your demise by my black hand, the dead shall rise. Black lanterns light. Boy? Hey, you really think I was gonna miss the big fight? After all the hell I've been through? I'm your best chance of winning this thing. You'd all be goners without me. And Ward gives a tip of the hat acknowledgement to Wally West, though it does come with a neutral expression when seeing him, so we don't know what the hell's going on. And lightning cracks the skies. The war is coming. The Batman who laughs this new multiverse will be here soon. I know we're ready now. Earlier, I made a wish on the beach. We started the Titans so we could have something that was ours, but we built there with the Titans, those relationships. Oh, we see Lilith back. Yay! Where's she been? And it spread out across everyone we knew, connected us to those heroes, inspired us. But the Titans transformed our group into something special. We weren't just teams, it made us into families. And if this could be our last night, there's only one thing I could wish for. And everyone starts gearing up, ready for the big fight. As everyone says their final moments and goodbyes, the Bat family, Wonder Woman, her mother, Green Lantern's Hal Jordan, Sinestro, Arthur, Andy, and Mira, Superman having his final moments with his family, Black Canary and Green Arrow making out, because of course. First, the battle ahead will be hard, but whatever happens, we're never alone. And thus ends the issue with Together, written by Joshua Williamson, James Tyron IV, and Scott Snyder. So, this was awesome. Yay. And we got more closure for Wally West and everything on that front, especially since Roy doesn't seem to resent him for, the terrible incident that occurred. Yeah, that's still awkward. Oh man. So yeah, like I said, there was only there's only one part I didn't like, which was the Nightwing cat Batgirl wedding, which was impromptu and Batman using the power of bullshit. Uh, One of the other things I will mention is that, and I said this to somebody, I'm more of a fan of Coriander and Nightwing as a couple. Like I'm okay with fans of Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson. It's just to me it feels like too easy to do, at least in my opinion. And that also leads to questions I'm having because isn't Barbara Gordon dating Jason Bard? I think Brad. I can't remember his name, but it's that former cop from the Batman Eternal event. Yeah, I am just as confused as you, but yeah. So the artwork varied around. I would have to say, in my best estimation, let me double check on all the artworks. Um, Travis Moore's artwork, like faces from time to time look weird, but it is serviceable. Green Lantern was very good. The Green Lantern one was very good. I kept thinking the Wonder Woman one was by artist Francis Manapul, who was the artist and colorist of the Superman Man of Tomorrow. We got the Bat Family that was artist by Mikira Andolov. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name wrong. Sorry. Uh, the artist in Green Lantern was Raphael. I can't pronounce that last name. And the artist on the Wonder Woman one was Daniel Sanford. Green Arrow and Black Canaries was Megan Hetrick. Aquaman was by Christopher Mooneyham. So if I had to choose who was the best artist that is not the variant cover, because that would be too easy to do, I would say the Superman art, the Francis Manapul was the best artist of the entire stuff, with Travis Moore being in a close second. And as for the best story, it's honestly the Titans, because the Titans are now getting a lot more respect now. And also tying with them is Mark Waid's Superman story of Man of Tomorrow. So, like I said, this was a pretty awesome tie-in. It's a very intimate look at the DC universe, trying to resolve some old stuff and give some sense of closure, for since some writers probably won't be seeing these characters for a while, for another like 5 or 6 years, probably 10 if editorial says otherwise. But yeah, this was Neo Reality Entertainment and presenting Pop Culture Omniversa. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other channels below. Oh, in the description. Be sure to enjoy this continued rebirth initiative and stay tuned for more. And yeah, I am going to get the remaining variant covers of this connected triptych cover variant by Gary Frank and Brad Anderson. So look forward to that, and I'll see y'all next time.